Hi everyone, thanks for joining me for my latest video, which I've called a little quickie. It's a 1950s magazine stand that I picked up that is totally gorgeous, after restoration anyway, and a little bit eye-catching and yeah, nice. I'll show you that one now, but it won't take that long. It's a quicker video because it's a little item and it didn't need a lot of work. So join me, hope you like it. And forgive me for having this in portrait. I do have it in landscape for the rest of the video. So this little item here is my little magazine rack from the 1950s, 60s era that I picked up. On camera it looks quite okay, but up close it is a bit crusty. The wood needs a lot of work. There's a lot of scratches and gunk and crap in there, and I'm yet to identify the wood type. But I have my suspicions, and the legs on the sides there, that I think is some sort of brass, or it's tin or copper, I'm not sure, but it looks like brass, is quite chipped and scratched and just a little bit flaky. So this cute little number is going to end up on my Etsy shop. A lot of my pieces that I restore go to Marketplace. It's because it's local and it's a lot easier. But this one I'm actually going to put on my Etsy shop because I think that there'll be a broader audience out there for it. So do check that out. But yeah, I'm looking forward to working on this one with you. So starting with simply disassembling the item, as I said, the magazine rack that I just took out, the black little piece there, is in really mint condition. It's only really the legs and the top that need any attention, and it's all attached with four little screws. Very easy. Even though it's only four little screws, I don't want to lose them. I always make a habit of keeping my bits and bobs, screws and nuts and hinges and handles, etc., in its own little container. On closer inspection, and given the age of the piece, now I think this is a veneer. It's a nice veneer. It hasn't got, it's just a bit of gunk that I'm taking off there. Sticky tape, that's what it is. Bit of sticky tape. Yuck. Probably 50 years old, yuck. And I suspect now this is a piece of melamine or some other non-wood material with a lovely veneer on top. So I'm going to be a bit careful in consideration of that. It looks like it could be, I don't know what the veneer is, but my first thought was blackwood, just due to the grain, but it's pretty. So even though I've just said I'm going to be so careful with this, what I suspect is a thin layer of veneer, I've still opted to use a sander, and I've got a sanding piece of paper sander on there that's 180, so quite a fine sandpaper, because I haven't really shown you there as much as what I would have. It didn't show up as well as what I wanted, but it's actually just very, very scratched. And I'm also not putting any, so I'm pulling back up on the sanding a little bit. So it looks like I'm resting my hands on there, but I'm actually pulling up a little bit so that there's not too much pressure going on. Just so that I don't go through that veneer and burn it. Just giving it a clean with some water. That's all this is, just normal water, just to see what it will look like a little bit with the grain, and make sure the grain is still there, and make sure I haven't burnt a hole in the veneer, and just to get the dust off, the sanding dust. And I'll let that dry before I do anything else. This is just showing you what that piece of tabletop looks like after sanding and cleaning, and it looks clean and boring. A little devastated, only from a YouTube perspective. So I went ahead and popped some stain on the coffee tabletop, as you can see. It's vastly different to how it looked before, and it's turned out beautifully. And I had it all set up on the camera, and I failed to press record. So there it is. I'm very sorry. I just forgot to hit the record button and did it all. Was talking to you the whole time, and then nothing. So this is what it looks like after some beautiful Feast and Watson Australian brand walnut stain, and now it's dried as well. So now this is just some beautiful locally made Tasmanian beeswax that I get from a farmer that lives in Franklin. That's absolutely beautiful. It's got a beautiful smell to it, and it's just making it pop. It's making the grain pop and shine and shimmer. It's glorious. Just, that's the base, sorry, that's the legs, that's the top of the wood sits on. I've just taped up the rubber ends of the legs because I cannot get them off, so I've taped them up, and I have cleaned this, but it's still, don't know if that will pick, yeah, it's still like rubbed in some areas, so tarnished, and I want to, I think, focus mirror, such as there, like that's, yeah, and that's not, but you see them, giving it a good wipe, and I've cleaned it, but I'm going to spray paint it, and I believe that is a pretty good match. I spot tested it to see. Which that would spring the direction.
Is that enough?
No, well, I've got to get this outside. I didn't spray here. I don't want to do second coat, so I want to get it right.
I'm getting fumes.
I'll have to do a second coat. I have to do under.
Yeah.
All finished, and I'm so delighted in what a close match that was to what I imagine was the original, and looking at what I could see through the tarnished, scratched, look. I think that was a pretty good match, and it's come up beautifully. I've just got to peel off these little rubber feet protecting painter's tape, and hope that they did protect the feet and they didn't get any paint on them. On the home run now. I told you it would be a quickie. Just taking off the last remnants of the sticky tape. The black rubber feet turned out perfect. No, not a hint of spray paint on them. Very nice, and just about to attach the tabletop back to its 4 screws, or rather attaching the base to the tabletop using the 4 screws. Grammar, lady. Just putting it back together now, and in the next clip, which will be the final clip, we'll show the final reveal in my home under some really good lighting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed this video, do please consider subscribing for more content, liking my video, or leaving me a comment. As said in the beginning, this one will be on my Etsy shop, so do check that out, Rusty and Unhinged. Just Google Etsy and then Google Rusty and Unhinged and you'll find me. Yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you.